Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's a Monday morning. Lots going on this week. Hopefully lots of progress on my house because we're getting awfully close to me wanting to be able to move into there. We are past the major snowstorm from last week that was, it was significant, but it wasn't that big of a deal. So the backhoe and the 7520 can probably come out of here and create some room for us in the shop. We got our cab kit for the 8300, so that's today's project, is getting that installed, and hopefully tomorrow we're going to bring the 9R in the shop. Keep working on that stuff. I got a haircut this morning, and my wife and I closed on our house, on our old house, the one we are moving out of. It's sold as of today, officially, I think. They haven't signed it. The buyers haven't signed the paperwork, but we signed our side of it. So, which means we have 30 days. That was the agreement, is we have 30 days from the date of the closing today to move out. So the new house has got to get ready quickly. All right, so Brock is coming around noon today, and we're going to work on that tractor when he gets here and move stuff around the shop. In the meantime, I've been working in the office this morning, doing a little bit of stuff on the computer, and I am making soybean prescription planting maps, soybean seeding rate maps. And so I'm going to do a little screenshot voiceover thing where I show you how to make a prescription map for a soybean field because, well, that's what I'm doing today. So let's do that. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started here. So we're working on this group of fields right here. So this program is the My John Deere Operations Center, and I'm doing a little split screen thing here. Yeah. Hi, but focus on the screen. That I'm doing a screen record. I'll do a little picture-in-picture, but this way I can show you what I've got going on because I've got dual monitors here, right? Okay, so we're going to make a prescription map up for this field right here, 21-1, 21-2. There's 30.14 acres in it. We're going to click on this button here, and that will open up the whole list of our fields. It'll show the map. This is the yield map from the corn that we harvested there this year. That's irrelevant. Up here in this corner, we click Agrian Prescription Creator, and it's going to pull up our prescription creator. So once that loads, we go through and make sure all the details are right, and then at the bottom, we want to use average yield as our prescription source, and we're doing soybeans. And what I like to do is use my 3 most recent years of soybean data. I could use all of them, but the older data isn't quite as good, and it skews it a little bit because our yields have gotten better over the last 10 years, or at least you would hope. And so I find that 3 years is enough. As long as it's decent data, that works. So then we want to see what layer, and for some reason it gives you all kinds of options. The only thing here that really matters is harvest yield. So we click on that one and hit next. And then that takes it a second. Okay, so it's going to zoom in on that field. Now this is a combination of those 3 yield maps all averaged out. And you can see the yield breaks down here on the bottom and which colors mean what. Those numbers are relatively irrelevant to me. So what I want to do is I only want 3 zones. So we're going to change that to 3, and then we're going to update our map. So now it looks like this, but I still want to change these breaks. And we're going to go, this is going to be, let's see, what breaks do I want to use? Let's do 45 and under and 55 and over. So we have 3 different zones, anything under 45, between 45 and 50, and then 55 plus, or between 45 and 55, and then 55 plus. Okay, so that's what our zones look like. We've got the green areas that are the good spots, the yellow is most of the field, and then just a little bit of the red that is not quite as good. So the next thing we need to do is add a variety. We're gonna just pick one because I don't quite have the right stuff loaded in here. So I go over to my other screen here, and this has got my spreadsheet with our planting maps. And really, this should be 22 or 2922s is what I'm planning on planting in that field. I don't have them loaded in this list, so we're just going to call it 2505, and I need to go in and add those, but we'll get there. All right, and so then we need to decide what rates we want to plant in these different zones. Now, soybeans are the complete opposite of corn. In corn, in our better areas, we want to plant more and really push those areas. In beans, the soybeans can compensate for lower populations, especially in the better areas, so we don't need to plant as thick there. So that means is that in the areas that are not as good, zone 1, the red, and over here, we want to plant higher. Now, our standard planting rate is around 160,000. I'm going to try and lower that overall this year, but not in the crappy zones. In fact, we're going to up it a little bit there, and we're going to plant 175,000. Now, in our areas that are normal, our average yield's 45 to 55. We're going to plant, let's do 150,000. And then in the good productive areas that don't need as many plants, we're going to drop that down to 130,000. Okay, so what that means is we're going to apply 4.4 million seeds. There's 140,000 seeds per bag, so we need 31.44 bags to plant those, or that field. Now I come back over here, and this is my difficult way of doing stuff, but I'm going to take that 4,401,562 divided by this highlighted line is the field that we're working in. There's 30.2 acres. 30.2 means our average seeding rate is going to be 145,747. And then there's that 31.4 that matches pretty darn close to 31.4 that the other screen says that we need. So then I can, once I have that, I can tweak exactly how many units I have allocated for that field and adjust stuff a little bit. So that's it. Then we come back over here, we hit the save button. It saves that. And we can make another one, or we can just close it. And I'm going to just close it. So that's what I've been working on, and then it shows me a list of all the different fields that I've done. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them done now, and I need to go into setup, products, and add in my varieties. So I'm going to go work on that. This is all the stuff from last year. We need to update that list. So anyway, that's how this works. Well, now that that's out of the way and Brock's here, time to work on some other stuff and get this backhoe and tractor out of here. But let's open up our big box and see what we got. Back. Right side. Left side. With a fancy cup holder in it. Corner posts. Alright. There you go. I recommend follow the directions, which there probably isn't much for directions, but it does say, oh, there you go. It does say, I remember reading that you should install them based on part number. So the lowest part number goes in first. Makes it easier. All right, we're going to let Brock work on this. Okay, Brock? I'll put a time-lapse camera right there so you guys can watch him. Make sure he does a good job. It's questionable with Brock. Parking brake. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the barn in the back, both of these, because, oh, we're done pushing snow. Oh, no, we're not done pushing snow. I got to do the driveway to my seed warehouse. Well, we're going to move this one out, and then I'm going to go eat lunch, and then we'll go do that. Fancy, look at that. Look how nice that is. Guarantee that cup holder doubles as a buddy seat, especially for 3- and 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds. All right, I'm going to lunch, Brock. Yep. Okay, I'm back from lunch. Brock says he's done here. Check it out. It's like a brand new 8300. Fancy. Looks fantastic there. What's that hole for? Got an extra hole or two. Oh well, yeah, cool. We do have some more caps that can go on there. They might even be in here. Looks great. All right, moving on. Check it out. I got a package. This is for you, Brock. Two things in here, both of them for you.
It's like Christmas time. Still?
M18 fuel, 1/2 inch, mid-torque impact, so it doesn't weigh 400 pounds. And pull that out of there.
Vacuum. That's nice.
An M18 vacuum, like a little mini shop vac,
That would be nice.
that will work so much better for cleaning out tractor cabs than our big shop vacs. But really, it's going to work awesome for cleaning out my cabinets in my house from all the construction dust. Okay. Whoa. I don't have anything to suck up. Brock cleaned our bench off already, so we don't have anything to clean. Cool. Well, that will be nice. So here's the new impact compared to the old one, and you can see the size difference in terms of length. This will be much, much better for 90% of what we use this one for, and quite frankly, this one. It's kind of in the middle there, so that'll be good. See, Milwaukee likes to send this marketing stuff, and I get it's just marketing and you shouldn't look at this, but this is like a wish list of tools. I mean, there's so much stuff on here that would be awesome to have that I could use. Oh well. Oh well. All right, so he's wrapping that up. I'm going to take the 7520 down and push some snow out from in front of my seed warehouse and stuff, because at some point this week I have a truck coming. I don't know when, but at some point this week, so I need to do that. And I think I'm going to send Brock to Berkey to get a seed tender. I've got an old seed tender that we're going to sell, and I've got a couple people interested in it, and I need to get it back here, so that'll work. Well, you guys can't see a dang thing. There's a giant snowplow right behind me. See it? Yeah. We got it cleaned up pretty good. Trucks will be able to get in, back to the door at least. So I've got a bunch of empty cardboard boxes and stuff in my garage. Trash from mirrors and appliances and such. So I'm going to go grab some of those. We're going to haul them back to the woods while I've got a loader here. And then we'll go back in the shop and work. Or the office or something. Well, 2 loads of trash and a torch, and we've got a big cardboard fire that's going to burn hot and fast and die real quick. Well, I cleaned up the floor a little bit. Other than the radio, we are done with this tractor. The radio is coming tomorrow, but it is super easy to install and put back in there, so it's not going to take much to do so. So I think we're done with this tractor. Now, I've talked to you guys about this tractor a little bit when we brought it in here. We put 80 hours on it last year. The bulk of that was Dad using it on that one scraper in the summer, just that little pan we've got, moving a little bit of dirt around. We just don't use it for much else. Pulls our little field cultivator some. I've been talking to Dad and Phil about this tractor and what our plans are for it, what we can use, what we want to do here. And we have kind of come to the conclusion that if we can sell this tractor and get a reasonable amount of money out of it, we're going to do so. And so I'm going to take some pictures. We're going to wash the windows, but we have cleaned this tractor up with the intent to get it ready to sell it. So if you are somebody who is seriously interested in a very good, well cared for 8300, I believe it's a 95 model. Phil thought it was a 96 model. I'm not 100% sure one way or the other. Either way, it's a relatively early John Deere 8300. It's got 7,100 hours on it. It's seen little use over the last 10 years. I planted corn with this tractor in 2011. Was the last year we used it for a major serious role in our field work applications. That was the next year we got the 8R, the 8335R, and this became backup duty tractor, and it's just not big enough for what we need to use it for. And so, serious inquiries, send me an email. But this tractor is for sale. We're asking $80,000 for it. So let me know. If you have any questions about it, also let me know. As far as replacing it, well, we're still thinking about that and what we're going to do. We just don't use it enough to have it around right now. And for what it's worth to us, we're going to try and sell it now and then think about one of the other tractors here over the course of the next year. So anyway, let me know. Well, there it is. The windows are clean. She's all cleaned up, ready for somebody to come buy it. So there is a small dent. If you look real close, right, you can't even see it. Oh, right. Yep. See there's a little dent there. So I don't know. That might knock, $100 off the price or something if you are a real good negotiator. But it's, like I said, been a real good tractor. It is Green Star ready. It's not Auto Track ready, but it is Green Star ready, which means that it has a ISO connector on the back. It's got the plug for a GPS receiver in there, plug for a display in the cab. Tires are in decent shape on the back. They're pretty good. They're not brand new, but there's plenty of life left in them. Fronts are very good. We put new fronts on this. It's been several years ago now, but very few hours, less than 500 hours ago, I would assume. So we do have a few LED lights on it, but not all of them. We've kind of been replacing them as they go bad, not so much just putting a whole kit on there because, well, it's been used at night in the dark maybe 3 times in the past 5 years. So we don't have the need for that, but yeah, let me know. Time for some pictures.
Well, just finished with it. It took about an hour, but I think it's in there pretty good. It went in a lot easier than what I thought. I did have to make 2 holes right here. These ones weren't cut out, the pins there, but it pretty much slid right into place. Very, very satisfied. This is the first cab kit I've ever put in. Nathan said he's done a couple and they're fairly simple, which I'd have to agree with him. They are very simple to put in, but it's nice to know that this tractor's done and it can get out of the shop. So we're making our way down to Berkey here. I don't know if Nathan explained, but I'm grabbing the old seed tender. He bought that green one last year that has the scale and the talc applicator, so we don't need 3 of them. I think we have 3 of them now. We don't need that many, so I'm grabbing the old one that doesn't have scales on it and taking it back to Waldron to probably clean it up again. I think it's already clean, but clean it up even more, take pictures of it, and we will try to sell it. So we're still making our way to the farm, about a mile or 2 away, and we'll see if we can even get in the driveway, but that's what we're doing. Well, we're just driving at the farm here, and I think Jack is here, and Phil might actually be here also. So we're gonna pull in. It's in the back side of the barn here, but Jack is here, it looks like, and the semi's here, so I think Phil's hauling out of here. So we're gonna go see what we need to do to get the seed tender out, but we will work on that and I'll get back with you. So I found the seed tender. It's back in the corner, furthest away from the door. I started up this forklift. I've let it run for a while, but it's still pretty cold. The door was frozen shut, so I had to dig it out. And I don't know if anything else can go better, but we're gonna try to get that seed tender at least around this tongue of the corn head here. Hopefully we can fit it between the tender trailer and this pallet here. We might have to move the pallet. We got a forklift, so we're gonna give her a shot. So we're getting this out of here. Jack's helping me out here, and it's tight. I've had to reposition 3 times. We've had to go around the top and we're getting it though. Just left the farm. I have the seed tender in the back of the truck hooked up. I don't know if you can see it. See it in the mirror. but we're heading back. It's gonna be a long trip back. Only go so fast with seed tender, but it was a tight fit to get it out. But Jack and Phil helped me get it out. They were both down there. Jack was visiting Phil. He was loading up the overhead bin. I don't know if it was corn or beans to haul sometime, but we're heading back to Waldron now and see you when we get back. We made it back to the farm. It's a little bit more messy than when I picked it up, but we'll probably get it inside, spray it off, clean it up. Should clean off pretty easy. It's just snow and ice, and gotta get the salt off there. But we made it back. We're back at the farm. I think I just heard Nathan close the door, so go see what he wants me to do next.
All right, I'm gonna take this tractor outside and take a few more pictures of it so we can get it ready to sell. Brock's taking off. Bye, Brock.
See ya.
And I'm debating whether to bring this back in here or if we've got somewhere out in one of the other barns that I can put it and keep it inside, which I would do, but I don't know if there's room anywhere. Oh, she's a pretty one. All right, well, I decided to leave it in here. We got that radio coming tomorrow, and I've got room to get the 9R in here if need be. It'll be a little tight, but we'll see. And put that seed tender in here. It needs to melt and probably get washed tomorrow. But that's all right. We'll get it cleaned up a little bit. It was clean before. It just got pelted with road slush today. And we're going to clean it off, and then I've got at least one, if not a couple of people that are interested in looking at buying that as well. Also, for sale, anybody's interested, $7,500. Hit me up, email. Package deal, take them both, 90. Don't do the math, there's a premium for buying 2 pieces of Border View Farms equipment. All right, I am going home. Thanks for watching today. If you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. If you're interested in buying either of those things, let me know. Honestly, I've got leads on both already, so they might not be here very, very long. So thanks for watching. Have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow.